Hey, it's your boy Shaun, and this is The Limit. On today's episode, I want to talk about the craziest Lamborghinis ever dreamed up. Now, I got the idea for this series when Lamborghini announced its first one-off supercar, the SC18 Austin. I'll put a link in the description for those that missed the video. I usually don't do that, or I forget to, but I'll make sure to hook you guys up. This isn't a definitive list. This isn't the best of anything. It's just a list of some of the craziest Lamborghinis we ever seen, so don't expect any of the regular production cars. So no SVJs and no Countachs and no Diablos and any of that sort of stuff. Just the special one-offs and limited production and some concepts and dream cars. With that said, let's get this list rolling. And first on the list, I want to start with the car that started all of the specialty Lamborghinis, and of course I'm talking about the Lamborghini Veneno. Now, the Veneno was based on the Lamborghini Murcielago LP640, and like most classic Lamborghinis, this car was also named after a famous bull. Now, say what you want about the Veneno, you could say it's a Murcielago with a kit, or it isn't as special as Lamborghini claims. But they only made 21, one for the museum and 20 for the public. Though not as insane or special looking as it once was, this car is still special because it paved the way for some of the amazing one-off and limited production Lamborghinis we're getting today, which is why I want to start the list with this car. Next up, we have the Lamborghini Veneno, based on a Veneno LP700-4. The Veneno might be the fastest and one of the rarest Lamborghinis on today's list. With 740 horsepower and a top speed of 220 miles per hour, and with only 5 coupes and 9 roadsters built, it is one of the rarest cars on the planet. With an asking price of $4.5 million, it was also one of the most expensive when it released in 2013, and to this day it is still one of the most expensive cars ever. Built to celebrate Lamborghini's 50th anniversary, you're probably wondering why it's so low on the list. Well, while it may be special, may be expensive, it's the Lamborghini I forget about the most. I don't know why. The design is crazy and nuts, and the wing is massive, but I forget this car exists more times than a little bit. And it's not because it's rare or anything like that. It's just not remarkable. It's a nice looking car, kind of. It's extremely fast, but at that price, whew, that's insane. I see the Veneno more as a thank you to Lamborghini's biggest supporters over the last 50 years when it came out than it is about being the greatest Lamborghini ever. It's more of a collector's car, and they'll keep it in I don't know what kind of garage is sealed area and release it in 20 years and sell it for 2 or 3 times what they paid for it. So that's the Veneno. Crazy, fast, and expensive, but sometimes forgettable. And next we have the car that helped me think of this list, the Lamborghini SC18 Austin. Now, you're probably wondering why I put the newest, latest, one-off, one only, probably most expensive, probably the fastest Lamborghini ever as the third car on the list. Well, it's because this car hasn't really grown on me. I came up with this list right after I made that video, and since then the car hasn't really went up the list. Yeah, it's the only one, and that might be the problem. It's the only one, and I don't feel it's that special. It hasn't grown on me. There's cars that I don't like that grow on me, like the Senna. I didn't like that car, didn't like the way it looked, but now it's one of the nicest looking functional cars I ever seen. It's also a hypercar. Is this a hypercar? I don't know. Is it anything more than a Veneno with another body kit? I don't know. We'll never know because it's the only one, and the owner will probably only drive it once and then put it away. Of course, that makes the car special for him, but not special for me. It wasn't made for me, so hey, it is what it is. Next on the list, we have what I feel is the Lamborghiniest of Lamborghinis, the Centenario. The Centenario was made to celebrate Ferruccio Lamborghini's 100th birthday. And if you ask me, it's a design that would have made the founder of Lamborghini very proud, because this is an amazing looking car. Of course, based on Lamborghini's flagship, the Aventador, the Centenario, being a celebratory car, is a limited production car with 20 of the roadsters and 20 of the coupes, or coupes as we say in America. The Centenario is a very polarizing car in the car community. Some people love it, some people hate it, some people think Lamborghini should have built an all new car to celebrate their founder. Maybe they should have, I don't know, I really can't say. Is it my favorite Lamborghini? Probably not. Is it one of the greatest looking Lamborghinis? Of course it is. I mean, you can just tell by the styling of it. Whether you like it or hate it, you really can't deny that the Centenario is a special car for Lamborghini. And next we have what's probably my favorite Lamborghini of all time, the Sesto Elemento, or sixth element in English, and that's due to how much carbon fiber is in this car. Now, the Sesto Elemento is a lightweight, track-only weapon. And to look at this car, you would never guess that it was based on a Gallardo. It doesn't look like it. Now, the inside is completely bare bones. There's no radio, there's no air conditioner. The carbon fiber seats are bolted to the carbon fiber tub. This car doesn't even have glass for the windows. If I remember correctly, it's either a Lexane or a plexiglass. I can't remember, so don't hold me to that. Now, this might be one of my favorite Lamborghinis, but that doesn't mean it's the most insane one ever put together. But I'm more likely to see this car than I am the next two, if ever, because this is only track focused and there's only 20, and I doubt that I'll ever get to see it, which is why it's on today's list. Next we have the Lamborghini E-Ghost. Though only a concept car, this Lamborghini's inclusion on the list should be self-apparent. I mean, god dang, look at the thing. It looks like somebody finally had their dream of building an actual Hot Wheel come true. Now, this car takes its design cues from fighter jets and planes and things of that nature, and is based on the Gallardo. Of course, there's a few differences between this car and that one, especially the canopy door. What is that thing? That is nuts. You have to remove the steering wheel like an F1 car just to get in and out of this thing. And being a concept car makes this extremely rare, like one of the kind, not for sale, not found anywhere else. You'll likely only see it in Lamborghini's museum, or if they take it out at a couple of car shows or whatever the hell they do with their concept cars once they're no longer in use. And I know what you're thinking, oh, that has to be it, the list has to be over, this is the craziest looking Lamborghini ever. Well, you're half right. It's one of the craziest looking Lamborghinis. It's one of the most insane Lamborghinis ever thought up, but isn't the last Lamborghini on this list. That honor belongs to, I'm waiting for a drum roll and I'm the only person here, so Tercel Milenio. Now, I don't know much about this car outside of the few things I've seen on the internet. It was been helped being designed by MIT, if I remember correctly, and some of the features this car has is nuts. And I don't even researched it to even find out what they even say about it. The craziest thing I could tell you about this car is it has self-healing skin. Is it skin? Is it Wolverine? Is it Wolverine? Is this car Wolverine? No? Self-healing metal panels. I don't know. All jokes aside, it's a nano tube that can fix small cracks and bumps, and to me that's amazing. Now, there was something about the wheels I read, but I can't but I can't find that information anymore. This car is going to be electric motor, but there was no specifics on how fast the car would be or any of that stuff. Let's just assume if this car was a thing, it would be a hyper or mega car, or the first 300-mile-per-hour car in existence. Let's just make that assumption. We don't know. We can just make guesses at it. But this car is also just a futuristic concept car. It's probably never going to happen ever. But Lamborghini says its design and some of its features is what they have planned for the near future. So if you see this design on any cars after, then you know where it came from, the partnership between Lamborghini and MIT. And with that said, I'd like to bring this list to a close. Now, we just had 7 of the craziest Lamborghinis ever dreamed up. Are they the best Lamborghini? I don't know. I never driven a Lamborghini. I've only seen them. I don't know all that. I just know that they're the craziest, most insane cars ever built. And I had a good time talking about them and doing research for this list. I know it's a little all over the place, but I kind of had to hurry recording this because I gotta go to work. You know what I mean? And I know you guys don't care. So with that said, I like to bring this episode to a close. So if you like the video, like the video. If you dislike the video, dislike the video. If you want to see what I got planned next, come see what I got planned next. I got a lot in store for this channel. I want you guys to be there with me. I'll catch you next time.